Some of your companies are
Right.
2 to 5% of whatever the value of the house is your deductible for hail or wind, right?
Yeah, none of ours are that bad, but we're starting to see, 2%, real high percentage-based deductibles with some of our competition, yeah.
Yeah, well, you're starting to see a lot of that. Don't you think there could be a period of time where hail and wind, hailstorms, let's just call it hailstorms, aren't really going to be covered, or they're going to be covered at such a high rate, like 50%, 75%. So if it's a $20,000 roof, you're still $15,000 out of pocket. I mean, do you see that coming? Because every single year it gets more expensive.
Right. Yeah, I mean, at some point, they can't just keep increasing rates, so you start either raising deductibles or changing coverage. We're starting to see companies go from a full roof replacement to paying out on a depreciated value. So at some point, they try and find that balance between the two. As far as Colorado goes, it's tough because we're just used to $1,000 deductible and low rates. And so as the rates have gone up and the deductibles have gotten higher, to put it in context, Florida has really high deductibles, and some of these coastal areas with hurricanes, they're just more used to it than we are. So, I mean, at some point, you're correct. They can't just keep going. And, I mean, in a worst-case scenario, I guess you could say it just would, hail wouldn't be a covered peril, but we're probably a pretty far ways from that being the case.
Yeah, and what kills me? I just put a claim in, and I'm going to have our house done. We're putting a new roof on. I'm going to pay the extra money to put on, a shingle that's literally made out of plastic. It's a synthetic product, and it's 2.5 times stronger than even a Class 4, but they don't offer any more discounts for that. The highest discount, when I called Safeco, my insurance company, is for that Class 4. They don't have like a Class 5, even though that's kind of what I'm putting on. You know what I'm saying?
Right, and a lot of times there's a delay because they want to see
if it works.
Actual evidence before. Yeah, does it work? Should we offer this discount? So a lot of times the discounts they'll come, but they need to see that product hold up to some storms before they can justify having that type of discount.
All right, Jeremy, Compass Insurance, thank you. By the way, 303-996-9000. If you have not checked your homeowner's coverage, and I'm going to harp on that right now, if you have not checked it, and a lot of people don't check it because you pay it in your mortgage, it simply renews. There could be big changes in there to where when you do get hail next year or whenever you get it, your coverage is not what it used to be. You need to call Compass and at least shop around, get the best price. Don't get complacent just because it's in your mortgage.
Oh, jingle bells, jingle all the way.
Oh, come on. What is this crap, Ed? All right, 303-713-8255. We have some open lines. Suzanne, I have no idea what this Mona is. Is this the one where that company sent us a really nice letter about her? Give me some info.
Yes, so Bark Avenue Pet Salon, Heather and Jack are the owners down there in Parker. They reached out to us for Mona because they thought Mona might need some extra help for Christmas. So I called Mona myself to say, hey, how can we help you?
But how did the pet store, what is the involvement the pet store had?
When Mona came in, apparently, to have one of her puppies groomed, they could just sense that Mona was needing some extra help. So they gave her grooming for free.
Oh, wow.
And then Mona wrote a letter so grateful for how helpful that was to her and her daughter.
Okay, I love this story now. Now I know exactly what we're talking about. I saw that letter. So Mona, I'm going to bring Mona up. Mona, how are you doing?
I'm well, Harry. I'm on speakerphone. Is that okay?
That's fine. And there's no reason to be embarrassed. Okay. Everybody goes through different times of their lives. Hell, I have. Everybody has. Suzanne has. Everybody has. So, what I really liked about your story, you basically brought your dog to get groomed to Bark Avenue Pet Salon, right?
Right.
They ended up
cancellation.
I'm sorry, but they ended up not charging you anything.
No, they're wonderful.
So they cut her loose.
Her.
Go ahead.
Oh, well, she had had a cancellation, and I brought her in to be groomed, and I couldn't pay, though, and I told her I'd bring the money the next day. And that's when they gave it to me. Y'all are going to make me cry.
No, that's listen. What great people! I've never been to Bark Avenue. I love the name of it though, Bark Avenue Pet Salon. I'll give their number out. But here's what's really cool. This is how it unfolded with us. We have no idea who you are or Bark Avenue, but you turned around and wrote them a thank you letter for the free service they gave you. And in that letter, you enclosed a picture of yourself. Isn't your daughter, and one of your daughters passed away, and I'm trying to go off of a week's memory here.
Yeah, my daughter passed away in 2015, and I'm raising her child.
Oh, my goodness. And, you guys, you're not homeless or anything. You're just, everything's tight, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So Tom and I talk a lot about helping people before they fall off the cliff. We have attempted numerous times to help people that have literally fallen off the cliff, have been homeless for a long period of time, stuff like that, and it never seems to really work. So when we saw this nice letter that you wrote, and how we got it is Bark Avenue sent it to us, and we read that. We're like, she's not asking for anything. She's very grateful for what this company did for her. It was just a very cool thing. So I want to ask you one question. Where do you live? Do you live in Parker?
Yeah, we live in an apartment complex in Parker.
Okay, well, I don't. When's the last time? Okay, hold on. I'm going to keep you on, all right? We've got a couple things we want to give you. That's the bottom line. Everybody hang tight. We've got a lot coming up. And during the last break, I have found out even more about Deputy Doc, and it's shocking. It's absolutely shocking. You're not going to believe this old dog, and I'll leave it at that. 303-713-8255. Couple open lines. My name's Mark Major, and you're on the Troubleshooter Network.
This is the Troubleshooter Show.
Help, I need somebody.
Now, Tom Martino, the Troubleshooter.
Welcome to the show, the only show of its kind. We're here to solve problems, answer questions, take your complaints, try to make your life just a little bit better. That's what we do. This time of year is very interesting, too. I had to run and use the bathroom during the last break, and I forget how empty this building gets this time of year. From now, basically, till the end of December, it's not completely empty. We've been here when it is like a ghost town because some of us are forced to be here. Some of us are beaten if we're not here. I'm not saying that's me. But we've got quite a bit going on today. It's a little different than usual, but we are solving problems, answering questions, taking your complaints. I'm going to go back to Mona in a minute, and then I'm going to talk a little more to, I'm getting very fascinated. Fascinated would be the word with Deputy Doc. I had no idea about this guy. No idea. And I'm like, I'm really amazed. He's in his 70s. This guy plays a field like I've never seen. You're on all kinds of online dating.
I'm not on any dating sites now.
Oh, I'm sorry. He got kicked off of a dating site. No, we're not going to talk about that right now, but I forgot. You're right. You got actually removed from a dating site, banned, kicked off. And I'm not going to tell people why. Don't try to say it right now. This is how we tease.
No, I'm not answering any questions until I get Mario Bentinelli in here to represent me.
Marco
Bentinelli. I want him on my side.
All right. So Mona called up. Actually, Mona didn't call up. We called Mona. We had a very nice company in Parker called Bark Avenue Pet Salon. They sent us a letter that Mona wrote to them, thanking them for grooming her dog for free. So, Mona, we just wanted to help out. This time of year, we actually have a lot of gift cards that great people give to us. I'll tell you who always donates heavily. I'm not supposed to even say his name. His name is Frank Duran, the real estate man. But anyhow, on behalf of Frank Duran and us, we want to give you some gift cards to King Soopers and I don't know, Walmart. I don't know where they're from, honestly.
It's MasterCard and King Soopers.
Oh, an actual MasterCard. So that can be used anywhere, then a King Soopers one. And then on top of that, this is kind of odd because you don't own your house, but I think if you haven't, I know you got dogs is why I bring this up. If you would like to have your carpet cleaned, Mike Ross, who is the owner of Carpet Doctor Inc., would be happy to come out and do your carpets in your apartment 100% for free.
Wow.
Now, I say that. Watch, she's like on a 10 level. She lives in Parker. I think there's only 2-story. Are you on the first or second level?
I'm on the third.
I think you'll be okay. I think you'll be okay. It's going to be up to whether or not they can do it. But if they can do it with their equipment, they'll be happy to clean your carpet. So hopefully that makes your life a little better.
It totally does. Thank you so much. And can I say something? Heather, their business, they're such wonderful people, and
Bark
they
Avenue.
do great work too. They do great work.
Yeah,
at
they
Bark
didn't even want to come on, did they, Suzanne?
They're just so dang busy over there, Mark.
Oh, that's good.
They listen to the show.
But
so.
I am going to give them a free commercial. So if you're in the Parker area, here's a great company that gives back to the community, has helped Mona out. Bark Avenue Pet Salon, and they're at 720-851-1001. Bark Avenue. If anything, if you guys just ever run into them in Parker, just say, hey, that was really cool, you guys. 720-851-1001. Hold on, Mona, because Suzanne will figure out how to get these gift cards to you. Actually, maybe we might even be able to drop them off or something. Figure something out. We'll figure it out. All right. Number here is 303-713-8255. Jacob's got an update on his credit score, and Dan is a parole officer trying to help a parolee. That one's very curious on numerous different levels. In fact, I'm intrigued. Dan, you are the parole officer, correct? See, that's a little odd, Suzanne. I wonder if that was a whole... Here's the problem. Anytime we give cards and stuff like that out, we end up getting a lot of different calls. I don't know if we lost him or what happened there, but I'll be curious if he's actually the parole officer. He might have just called back. Jacob, what is going on with you? You say you have an update on your credit call or credit score. You got to remind me. What is it about?
A couple days ago, I talked to you and Tom, and my car got totaled. Long story short, it got totaled, and the insurance company paid it off, and then my credit score shot down by like 150 points.
I don't recall this call.
No,
that's all right.
A couple days ago.
So anyhow, but hold on, recap, because now I've got questions. So your car got totaled because of something you did?
No, somebody hit us, or hit my wife, rather.
So someone hit you guys, and then did you owe more on the car than what the payoff was?
Yes, but I did have gap insurance, and they covered it completely.
Okay, so why did your credit get dinged? I don't even understand that part.
I don't understand either, but I checked my credit after that had happened, and it shot down 150 points.
But why do you relate
the insurance company?
But Jacob, why do you relate that back to the accident?
That's the only thing that happened. I mean, I didn't do anything else with my credit.
Well, I can't imagine in a million years the situation you just told me affecting your credit ever. But you say you have an update. Really so what's the update?
Well, basically, you guys told me, or maybe Tom told me, to write the credit agency and threaten to sue, I guess, for slander of credit. And
Dan remembers this now.
3 days.
So did you do that?
They fixed it completely. Yes, I did. And I got an email this morning, and I checked my account or my credit, and it's back up to where it should be.
I can't even imagine what this was about, unless if it was just some completely erroneous error. I mean, the accident shouldn't have done anything about that. Nothing at all. I can't imagine what happened. Maybe you just had some big mistake on there that wasn't... Did they tell you what they corrected?
No, I even looked in the report, and there's nothing in there as far as details.
So you called in 3 days ago.
Right.
And then now it's all fixed.
Correct.
I have a hard time believing it.
Yeah.
That is quick.
So you mailed them a letter, and they
I did not mail it. I emailed them through the credit agency. You can click that.
I got you. I'm glad you clarified that.
Exactly
I got you. Boy, that's great, man. I'm glad we helped out on that. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, guys.
That's crazy. I still would love to know what they corrected. He said 150 points, didn't he? 150 points is massive. I can't imagine. It must have been some huge mistake. Yes, Suzanne?
Are you going to get out your dinger for this?
No. I leave Tom. He's the one that pulls out his dinger. I pull no dingers.
This is a family show.
This is a family show. There'll be no dinger pulling out here. Yes, Doc, go ahead. You're perched.
No comment.
So what was this customer real quick? Hey, is Dan, the parole officer, back on?
Yes, he's back. He lost connection with us.
And he's definitely the parole officer.